2 months of the year are already gone. It's incredible how fast time passed by, and we are here already in March, heading soon into spring. It's crazy. I don't know about you, but at least in the area that I live, oh Lord, pollen is already flying everywhere. I do have allergies and I don't look forward for this season. I look forward for the sunshine, for the nice breeze, you know, to get warm up for the summertime, but I don't look forward to the allergy season. But it's all good. It's okay. It will be gone, and then in a blink of an eye, I'm sure we're gonna be here in summer. Okay, friends, I'm here to share with you what I have been loving. Actually, I skip my favorites for the month of January, and obviously I didn't do anything for the month of December because I did kind of like the wrap-up favorite of the year. So here I'm gonna share with you, there's not a ton of stuff, but there's a few things that, those items that I have been grabbing non-stop that I just have been, you know, just fallen in love with. So let me just grab the first item right here, and I'm sure that if you have been following me, you know that this was gonna come, and if not, well, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope that you will consider to stay here and be part of the family. So the first item, it is an item from Tom Ford. Yes, it's a Shade and Illuminate Soft Radiance Foundation. I know. I know, this is a very expensive foundation, but it's such a beautiful complexion product for those who have dry skin like mine, mature skin, and you want, like the name says, is a soft radiance. It's just so beautiful. It is glowy, not in the sense to make you look like sweaty. It's just so beautiful, and honestly, a little goes a long way. Listen, I do have freckles, lots of freckles. I will suggest just go with a minimal amount and use a brush to apply it. It just applies seamlessly. Now, if you have enlarged pores, like I do have enlarged pores right here and right on this area, I will highly suggest to use a pore minimizer primer, because just as any other radiant type of foundation, it bounces the light, and when it bounces the light, guess what happens? Your pores are gonna look, you know, a little bit more emphasized. I will not say that it settles on the pores, because no, it doesn't do that. This is a very luxurious, not only because of price, but honestly, it's a luxurious foundation that it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It does have some skincare benefits, and I know that you will not rely on a foundation for skincare, but it's just, you know, like an added bonus per se. But anyhow, it is a beautiful foundation. So I will suggest, again, a pore minimizer primer. I also love the Tatcha Silk Canvas right there on the pores area, and it's just like, it makes the foundation look even more flawless. This is beautiful. Now, it is available in 40 shades. Yes, 40 shades. It's a good, you know, it's a good shade range, I think. And they are also catering for those who have darker complexions too. It is beautiful. Now they carry it at Tom Ford online, also in Tom Ford boutiques, as well as Nordstrom. I will suggest, perhaps if you want to try it, stop by your Nordstrom. They will give you a sample first, and that way you can try it at the comfort of your home and see whether or not it is the foundation for you. Another thing is, this foundation has SPF 50. Now you cannot rely on the foundation to be your SPF. You just, no, don't do that, okay? Mostly if, like I said, you don't need that much, you know, and apply with the brush and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, for having SPF, it doesn't have flashback, which I find really kind of odd and kind of incredible, because it's like, most of foundations that they have SPF, they usually give you a flashback and that white cast when you take, you know, when they are taking photos of you, and this one doesn't. So it is beautiful. I love it so, so much. If you find it to be a little too radiant, you can powder it just a little. I'm a person that doesn't like to powder my foundation because I do have more of my mature skin. I do have my fine lines, my enlarged pores, and blah, 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 all that jazz. So the less on my face, the more I'm just so in love with this foundation. So in love with that. Okay, and going to another foundation that, in fact, I actually bottled it, like, you know, did a comparison side by side. And honestly, I'm extremely impressed with it. I'm talking about the new Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm super impressed about this foundation. This one also have SPF of 45. It's not as radiant as the Tom Ford. When you apply it, they look like the same thing. It's like there's no difference. And by the way, I'm sure you may know by now, but Tom Ford is also owned by Estee Lauder. And in fact, if you go and check my review right there, you will find out something very interesting also about the ingredient list and all that jazz. But it's not, this one right here, it is radiant, but not as radiant as the Tom Ford one. I'm actually wearing it right now. It looks beautiful. It lasts for a good amount of hours. I will say solid 5-ish, 6 hours, looking like, you know, beautiful, like flawless. 8 hours is still looking okay, then it starts wearing off and so forth. And I mean, it is just a beautiful foundation. I like also that it comes in this type of a squeezy tube with a pump, so it's easy for, you know, those who we travel and we need to just, you know, something that is not glass, that it will not break. Really good foundation. I'm very impressed about it. And now during these past basically 3 months, because again, I tried many products in December. The Tom Ford one, I bought it very early January, and as soon as I came back from a vacation trip that I had the opportunity to play with it. And then I also, but at the same time, this foundation is beautiful, but it's just like extremely expensive, but I cannot negate how gorgeous it is. And I'm talking about Clé de Peau, the foundation. Oh, this foundation. Oh, this foundation is gorgeous. It just looks flawless on the skin. It's extremely lightweight. So let me just tell you a little bit about the different foundations right here that I have. The Tom Ford one, it's a little bit more thick, a little, not heavy, but a little bit more thick than the Estee Lauder. The Estee Lauder is a step down, and then a step down to that, it will be the Clé de Peau one. Now this one costs like la lira di Dio, like Italians will say, you know, an arm and a leg, el ojo de la cara. I mean, yeah, $250 for this baby right here. It is luxury, but oh, if it's so gorgeous. Flawless. It doesn't settle onto fine lines, it doesn't settle onto dry patches, it doesn't settle onto those large pores, pesky large pores. It doesn't. It's just so beautiful. Yeah. And also another one that has SPF 21. I know, usually you see 20, but this is 21. Anyhow, it is a beautiful foundation. You just need a very little amount. It's not full coverage. None of these foundations are really full coverage. I will say this one is maybe the lighter coverage, light to medium, or fairly just like right there in light, and, you know, build it up to medium. The Estee Lauder one is more of like light to medium, close to the medium, and then Tom Ford, it's a true, you can go light to medium or a true medium. It says that it could be full coverage, but I don't think so. I mean, at least for a person like me, I do have freckles, so obviously my freckles, I'm not gonna splatter so much foundation just to cover them. Also, I love my freckles. I live all my life with my freckles, and I think they are cute, and I just like to see them peeking through. So that's that. It's such a good couple of months of great foundations. I'm so happy about it. And you know, the best part is I do have very sensitive skin and dry skin, and they don't break me out, and that to me is priceless. Now going into blushes, there has been quite a bit of blushes coming out from different brands. NARS had actually brought some new shades, and I was able to pick up this shade called Tempted. It's kind of like a peachy shade, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. It doesn't have glitter or shimmer, but it's just this beautiful peachy shade. It is a gorgeous, very natural shade for the cheeks. I just love it. This is kind of like that everyday type of shade. It is beautiful. It blends perfectly. It has the right amount of sheen that if you have, like I said, enlarged pores or even fine lines right here, it doesn't make them, you know, emphasize that you're like, oh my gosh, look at me under a magnifying glass, look at my texture. No, it doesn't show extra texture. It's just gorgeous. It's an amazing blush. And talking about blushes, oh my goodness, MAC is coming strong this year. I think they realized that they needed to put up the game. I mean, they were the boss, the head, the top for many years, and all of a sudden MAC was like releasing stuff that I was like, really? No, it's not looking nice. And MAC this year, they are like, no, we're coming back. We are masters. And they did an amazing job with these new blushes. These are the Glow Play Blush. And by the way, all of these products that I'm going to mention right here, either I have made a dedicated review video or like try on or something along those lines, or trying new makeup. You will see them all in action. Okay, so these are again the new, these are kind of like a bouncy type of blush, very reminiscent of the Bare Minimals Play blushes, the bouncy ones too. As you can tell, I mean, you can go like this and you can see that indent on my finger. I will suggest to just use a dual fiber type of brush or stippling brush, and it just picks product beautifully. I have this one, is in the shade That's Peachy, and this is the one that, I mean, I love peach. I mean, yeah, everything peach, I love it, and I cannot wait for summer because of peach. But I also love purpley tones. I love natural looks too on my eyes, and for that, there's another blush right here that is gorgeous too, and it's this one right here. But to be honest with you, I don't remember the name of it. It is on my review video, but it's not all natural. Oh my gosh, it just flew out of my mind. And the reason why I'm not gonna read right here what it says is because the names on the stickers, they are wrong. This one says it's Cheeky Devil. It's not Cheeky Devil. I purchased these in the stores, and we were able to compare and see through online and what they had on their cards. This is not Cheeky Devil. I think this one is, I think it's Blush Please. I think the name is Blush Please. Oh. But I reviewed this one. It's just so beautiful. It's a very neutral shade with a mauvey hue to it. It's a very natural type of blush. Beautiful blush. Concealers now. Woo! This has been the year of concealers. Concealers have dropped left and right. I think every brand has brought concealers. I mean, if you look to all my past videos, I would say 50% are concealer reviews and wear tests, and the other one something else. Oh Lord, and I honestly am a little bit done with concealers, but there are two concealers that have been just outstanding. Listen, I do have very dark under eye circles, and I know those you have to really color correct, and that's my thing. I have to color correct, but for daily, daily basis, I don't want to go through that extra step of color correct all the time. Only if I have the time to do it, if I feel like doing it too. And I cannot use too heavy of a concealer either, because I do have a lot of fine lines down there. So finding that concealer that is, in the lighter weight, but it has, like full coverage, and that it can have also offers that peach undertone, that it can help me with that double whammy of color correcting. It's not easy to find, but there has been a couple right here that, oh wow, if they had really impressed me, they have. One of them has to be Hourglass Vanish Concealer. This concealer, I made a review of it. Fantastic concealer. It's long wearing, long lasting. It has a thick consistency, but you just need a very little amount, and it spreads evenly. It lasts really good. I also do not like to set my under eye area. This one, I don't have to set it and it will not move. I mean, if the normal, you know, when you have fine lines and wrinkles right there, product is just gonna, you know, go in there a little, but this one doesn't crease, so I can just tap it in and call it a day. So beautiful, so good. Comes in so many different shades. The shade that I have is Pearl. It has, again, that peachy undertone, just exquisite, goes so well under. I love it. The only thing is the packaging. I have a lot of overspill right now. I thought it was not going to be a huge problem because I do have the lip glosses, and this packaging is the same as the lip glosses, but I have to keep it standing up because otherwise it's just, it still kind of like comes out and out and out, and it's, you know, a waste of product. Okay, and you know that I said that I have a second concealer, and this concealer, I just tried it a few days ago, but I know this concealer is just extraordinary. It's the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. It's like the longest name ever. This concealer is just magical. I mean, if you have dark under eye circles like me, if you have fine lines, what a beautiful concealer. I highly suggest it to actually use the brush for application. Also, and since I mentioned the Hourglass as well, this one is lighter weight than the Hourglass, but it has very light coverage to the Hourglass, and it looks beautiful under the eyes. And you know, the interesting part, it is that if you have the Pat McGrath foundation, it is very, very light coverage. I mean, like almost no coverage. I mean, very light coverage. This one is the complete opposite. I mean, like, it's kind of like, why you have one foundation that is very light coverage and then you come out with a concealer that is like kaboom. You can cover all your face if you want to, because it does have really, really good coverage. I'm gonna stop raving about concealers and I'm gonna go for something that is usually a lot of fun. And I'm talking about eyeshadow palettes. There's a few eyeshadow palettes that have been like really, I don't know, I just have been enjoying them, playing with them. And I think a lot of them have, I will say, very unlike color story, but I think it's just the month. You know, February is the month of love and friendship and all that jazz. So since early January, we start seeing a lot of sneak peeks of different type of eyeshadows that, I mean, they were pink and purple, and I love pink and purple eyeshadows. And I have to give this mention to Natasha Denona Love Palette. And definitely, I mean, for someone that loves purples and pinks, this will be, you know, beautiful. But you have to love those colors, right? They are just incredible, really beautifully made. I mean, like, the color story is just so gorgeous. They work super well. Shades that I love right here is Lifetime, Giving, Pure Love. They are kind of all type of like a duochrome type of shade. I love her cream to powder formula. I know it's not the cup of tea for a lot of people, but for me it is. They help me to a lot for blending, for doing liner too with them. So good. I love this shade, Valentine's Intense, so good, and Soul. The only shade right here that I haven't tried just yet is Heart, but I have been able to make a few looks. The eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing today is actually this one right here. I'm using these shades right here. I'm using Valentine's all over my crease. Then I put a little bit of Trust, and then a little bit of Dream, and then to darken it and do my liner, I have used Commitment, and then in the middle of my eyelid, I'm using Blind. So, so good. Love it so much. I mean, you cannot get really any neutral, you know, like eyeshadows from here. They are gonna lean very pink or very purple. But I mean, I have been using it non-stop. I have used a lot of the Valentine Intense, a little bit of this one here called First, and then I go all over my lid with either Lifetime or Given, and that's kind of like the most like calm type of eye look that I have used. But it is just such a beautiful palette, and I know like in the next months everything is going to start looking like more peach, and then we're going to summer, and we may start seeing a lot of, you know, like some blues in there. So for these months, I mean, yes, I have been loving this brand right here. So good. And then two more palettes right here. Viseart with Paris Edit. What a beautiful mini palette. Look at this. It's kind of like holding a card, you know, but inside you have such a great selection of shades. It's just so beautiful. I think to me this palette is just missing one shade, kind of a shade in between this and this one right here, but that's it. I love that it has this pop of coral shade right here. All the shades, they blend super well, super easy. They have pigmentation, but it's such a good palette, and it's petite, it's tiny, so easy. And then my last eyeshadow palette that has been a hit for me, it is by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the Pillow Talk palette. Oh, this palette is just so good. You know, this is a very simple palette. This is kind of like your everyday palette. You have these very simplistic shades right here. I love that it has a neutral section right here, another neutral section. You have more mattes than shimmers. This section right here is, I don't touch it that much. Mostly this kind of raspberry tone is not my cup of tea. I like these two shimmer shades, but you see, like, well, my skin tone pulls very golden, and everything that it has to do with coral or orangey melon tones, they look good on my skin tone. And this section right here, some people say it's too orange for them, but for me it looks so good. I really love it. I think she did an amazing job with this Pillow Talk. Something very classic, very everyday wear, you know. Ooh, and now going into the lip section. Chantecaille, they came with a spring collection. It's just so beautiful. Your spring collection is marvelous, but the one that stole my heart, it is this lipstick, and it is in the shade Honeysuckle. It is just so beautiful, so rich, so creamy. I mentioned it on my review. It's gonna leave in my purse, and that's exactly what happened. It's leaving in my purse, and it will, I mean, it just left my purse for the time that I'm doing this video, but it's going back in my purse because it's just beautiful, it's comfortable, it gives me enough shine, it makes my lips look pouty. Ooh, just so gorgeous. And then another product that I have been adoring, it is this Rouge Allure from Chanel, and this is in 337 Camelia Rose. This is that perfect pink tone that is not extremely pink, not too pink, not too nude. You know, it's a nice pink. It's a true pink. Just so beautiful. It looks wonderful, and it's also a warm pink. It's not too cool tones, so it just goes really well for, you know, with many type of makeups. I just love it. Another amazing lipstick is the new Pillow Talk 2 Medium from Charlotte Tilbury. This is, yeah, she did right here. She did right on this lipstick. I know Pillow Talk is just like the best seller for her and whatnot, but I do have very pigmented lips. They are already like kind of the same shade as Pillow Talk, and I know everybody's like, well, that's your lips but better, but honestly you cannot see anything of the Pillow Talk on me. I mean, like, I use it because I bought it, and yes, I like it and I have to use it, but it's not one of like, I go like, well, this is the best from Charlotte Tilbury for my lips, you know, because they already have that color. But she came out with the perfect one for me, because this for me is like my lips but better. Pillow Talk number 2 medium, and definitely the lip sheet, the lip liner. This is such a beautiful rosy tone. Ooh, I have been using it non-stop with other lipsticks too. Wow, what a beautiful rosy tone. I mean, like, Charlotte really did marvelous. I know some people are like, you know, done with the Pillow Talk girl, and I'm done with the commercial, the ad from Pillow Talk. I have the little song on my head. Yeah. I'm done with that song, but she did amazing. And I mean, I'm not really done with Pillow Talk because I just ordered the new beauty ones. Yeah, don't tell me. Let me know if you want to see a review with that. Maybe I will do it. Yeah, I should do it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, this brush, this is a hair brush. I had it for a long time, and I think you have to know this. Okay, I usually use the wet brush, and I like it. I have a ton of these ones. They have different colors and whatnot. I really like it. But I picked up a few months ago this Wet Brush Pro. This detangles your hair so well. It doesn't pull your hair. You can also use it for drying your hair with a blow dryer. And because it has all these openings right there, it will actually make your hair dry faster. I like this brush from, again, the same brand, Wet. I like this one better than this one. Yeah, I know. This will detangle my hair super fast, not pulling. I mean, I know this is super gentle. This is more gentle than this one. Yeah. So if you are about to try or need a brush, give it a go to this one. And then last product that I was about to forget. I don't know if it's still available or not. Hopefully it is. And this is a drugstore product. And you know, people that I don't have anything against drugstore products. It's just they don't call too much to me. They don't call my name too much. You know, they don't intrigue me that much, I should say. But hey, it's great if you're able to find a product from drugstore that, you know, it's one, save you money. It was not gonna break the bank, you know, and it's good quality. Amazing, you know, go for it, do it. I mean, awesome. And that's exactly what happened to me. And I'm talking about this Physicians Formula Butter Collection times Weylie Hoang. I still do not know, but I did kind of like a try on Valentine's Day look. Yeah, I did a Valentine's Day look with my friend here on YouTube, Angela Van Rose. We did a collaboration, and then I did another Valentine's Day look using new products, and I used this one right here. And honestly, what a beautiful selection of colors for bronzers, for blushes. Look at those blushes right there. I mean, again, you know, this is my jam right here, corally, but look at this neutral shade right here. Isn't it that beautiful? I mean, completely neutral, completely wearable. Then you have two amazing bronzers. They smell so good. And then these highlighters right here, they have a sheen to them. You know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the ones from Laura Mercier, and they don't have, I mean, they don't have any like sparkles in it, nothing like that. I mean, so deliciously good. I mean, she did an amazing job, and the quality, I mean, it doesn't have anything to envy to other brands. So good, so good. Okay, friends, and this is it for this video. These have been the loves of my life for not only the month of February. I think some of them, they have been loved since January. I just didn't have the stamina to do the January favorites because I was, again, coming back from vacation, and I was like trying to play that, you know, cut up game. And so this is a little bit of an accumulation of things, but wonderful, wonderful products. I'm so happy to be able to be here to share them with you. I'm so grateful for your time, and I would love to know what have been your favorites. Let me know, whether it's beauty, skincare, I mean, whatever it is, TV show, you let me know. I love always to read your comments, and I really appreciate that moment that you know, just share with me something. It really fills me up with joy. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, you're waiting too long, it is free. just check under this screen. You'll see it in red. It says subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Give me that opportunity. Become part of this family right here. And do not forget to ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. Also, come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And do not forget to share this video with somebody else that may like this type of content. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.